500 megabytes of child porn. Can we touch on that?
Your name is Nick, last name Gurr. Put it together, Nick.
Hey guys, I just want to say that this is a part 2, so if you haven't seen the first part already, you should go back and watch it. Not to let you know that my editor hasn't figured out how to unlock the door from behind, so the faster I can pay him, the better. Please give me some more watch hours, thank you. Club Penguin was released October 26, 2022, and there is no way that this song was made or endorsed by Daniel because the only lyrics in the entire song are,
I am sorry for buying the great naked violence of child porn. Buying the great naked violence of child porn.
This is made of many different audio clips of him saying that he has.
Buying the great naked violence of child porn.
He claims to have been tricked into saying that by different people, like Find Any Records. Musically, it has a trap beat with a nice build up to the beat drop, and it's definitely held back by its lyrics. Funky Western Days, released 2022, has the stereotypical country song lyrics with a country trap backing track. Overall, really bad. He can't hold a note, it's offbeat, the lyrics occasionally almost rhyme, the syllable count is everywhere. Usually I can find something that I like about each of his songs, but this one's just sucks. It's like a lolcow homeless pedophile in song form. I wonder who made it. His next song, Fortnite Freestyle, puts him in the shoes of the average Fortnite gamer, which is just him saying the N-word repeatedly, along with him saying that he wants to box little kids, and his infamous I wish I could change colors like a salamander. Unlike his last song, I actually could quite get behind this one, as long as you get rid of the lyrics. Hear me out, it kinda reminds me of a Tyler the Creator song, specifically Mama Talk, with a slower beat and similar synths that Tyler likes to use. It even has a similar intro with a person talking by themselves, and then the beat kinda works its way in there. If this song didn't have Daniel on it, I would probably consider putting this on my playlist. Club Penguin 2, 3, and 4, which were released January 19th, April 9th, and June 15th, 2023 respectively, are interesting, to say the least. CP2's lyrics include a clip-bashed audio of Daniel saying masturbate to child and cock. And let's get this child porn going, along with him saying the allegations are true. CP3 has a hype trap beat, kind of like Edward's Electrics. I do not know what Edward's Electrics is. CP3 has a hype trap beat, kind of like Edward's Electrics, and in the intro you can hear CP3 kind of has a hype trap beat, like Edward's Electrics. Is that right? Oh. I don't know. CP3 has a hype trap beat, kind of like Edward's Electrics. Fuck. Skeleton. CP3 has a hype trap beat, kind of like Edward's Electrics. That's the closest I'm getting. In the intro, you can hear him talk about a peeing feeling, where he commonly compares the feeling of orgasming to needles being stabbed into his penis, which would also mean that peeing feels like pins and needles, so maybe get him to a doctor. Daniel has been shown to lack sexual experience, so he may just be lying to fit in, but I heavily doubt it. I think he has, or at some point did have, a UTI, and just expects that as the norm. You can't really hear the lyrics, but as one of the comments said, why is he singing like a 1930s lounge singer? And I think that defines it perfectly. The only clear lyric in the song is just a clip of him ripping the hard R.
When I come, it feels like a needle piercing my penis. It hurts so fucking bad. On my way home, it's a long drive. It's through the woods, through the river, and really far.
CP4 feels more serious than the other CPs, and that sounds bad. And while the other songs feel like a joke, this one feels like an expose. It's slower and vaguely reminds me of older hip-hop tracks. Of course, it's still a CP song, don't abbreviate Club Penguin, so He is clipped saying the N-word along with clip bashes that make him say outlandish things. The song names, Club Penguin, is kind of an innuendo for CSAM material as it's abbreviated CP. These songs were made in the wake of the Pinterest leaks, all sharing the common theme of Daniel being a predator along with just trying to make him look insane, which is easier than making him look normal. Of course, I would say that this is defamation, but for defamation to, well, be defamation, it has to be untrue, and, well, unfortunately, it's true. Daniel seems to have found an interest in country music, as Merry-Go-Round is his third country song. Well, country adjacent anyways. The song also happens to be his third studio-produced single, which, unlike the first two, was actually leaked multiple times before its release. The first of these leaks would happen on the r/Daniel Larson subreddit, as most things do, which revealed some lyrics and overall ideas for the song. But the second leak would come from Merc, who is also the rumored holder of the Pencil Incident video. Where he would leak a version of the song to the subreddit on the 10th of February in 2023. It sounds slightly different, suggesting that this was an earlier unreleased version of the song, but when Daniel was told about it by a fan, he threatened to kill himself, which unfortunately he didn't go through with. The third leak would then occur as a part of the May 26 music leaks, where unreleased music was leaked as a bonus to the $25,000 Kanye West Can You Be group buy. There were two different versions of Merry-Go-Round. The first one, Merry-Go-Round vocal tracks ready to mix, and the second one, Merry-Go-Round Mix 2.mp3, which is only a slightly earlier version of the final mix. His studio-produced singles have a very certain robotic auto-tuned vocal style to them, and it definitely cuts through here. The song kind of feels all over the place. It's a country song, a Christmas song. Hell, it's even a Lumineer song, and the bass line kind of reminds me of Megalomaniac by KMFDM.
After the dream, when the world is at war, sit back and think, please, please, no more. Through the joy and through the tears, give it time, change, and hope for years. When the lights come on and the world goes...
I have no idea what Tom Kopek was cooking up with this one. In fact, I think he might have been cooking something else. His next song, Little Girls, was released on the 31st of March 2022 at 6:54 p.m. There might be an earlier release somewhere, but I don't want to look for hours just to find a clip where someone in the comments named Daniel the Greaser 69 sends a link to a version released 2 hours earlier on Tubi, or even worse, Tidal. Not only does this song contain more repurposed country singing, but you can have a Danny song without a tad bit of freak. The song begins with a patented Daniel rant, wherein he tells Flexburger he fucking sucks, his YouTube video, social media, and everything else is gonna go up in fucking flames, his career is over, before briefly thanking Flexburger for exposing him. And then the lyrics are bad. Sorry to interrupt your listening, but I'd like to say something on a different tone. As much as we joke about it and make silly songs about it, Daniel Larson is a pedophile who has been known to be in possession of CSAM. Not just the Pinterest stuff, he's had more. But not only that, in the past, he's had access to underage persons, where Daniel has admitted to CSA, with one of the victims corresponding to these claims. When we are talking about his actions, no, we do not condone them. Like, at all. Not a single bit. Honestly, I personally don't believe this is Big Dizzle's best work, even if it's unofficial, and hell, that probably speaks to low quality. Considering the amount of snippets there are where he's singing, and the fact that every song can't just spam the same snippet of him singing about some devious shit, regardless of there being some that do just that, probably doesn't help with the overall quality of his discography. Next, Grave, released on the 14th of February 2023, had been smitten off the face of the earth, though, unfortunately enough, I was able to access it with the Wayback Machine. This song is vile, so all I can really do is tell you that, again, we don't condone this. The song's actually unironically pretty sonically sound, though unfortunately the big DLtron is on this song, so we can never get any time to appreciate the good beat, because just a few seconds after the song begins, we hear this.
You going crazy? I got 2 underage bitches on my dick. Call me Eddie P445. I love my bitch.
And that's a tame line. The next few bars contain some bad, really bad things, but honestly are quite supportive of his baby Grace. It sounds like he would die for her, which would be cute if Grace wasn't a minor at the time, saying things like, "My shooter gonna pull up at your crib, don't fuck with my baby Grace. I love my bitch Grace." He then proceeds to mention a certain serial killer known for cannibalism. I really can't play the song, like, I cannot. So to supplement, here's what happened around the time of the song, lovingly known as the travel arc. Daniel was so kindly gifted a ticket to California until the 10th, where upon his return, he would ride a bus to Vegas.
Hey, it's me, the editor. I just want to say that June makes it seem like he goes immediately from Las Vegas, or from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. And I just want to add a little bit more information because there's a lot of stuff that happens in between. First things first, he gets out of He gets out of Los Angeles airport and he immediately goes to the strip club. He spotted there January 6th. Then he visits various Scientology centers, considers enrolling in college, and it's confirmed by one of his caretakers that post Scientology center visit, he was convinced that the Illuminati was after him. In some YouTube community posts from this time, he would also claim that he wanted. I'm not gonna read that. On December 17th, Daniel would successfully host a fan meetup, having 6 people visit him on Hollywood Boulevard. During his stay in California, he was speculated to have spent 125 days with the same clothing on. This, paired with no showers and frequently sleeping in porta potties and garages, was a catalyst for Daniel to eventually contract scabies. If you don't know what scabies is when you got like a bunch of basically lice, but it's in your skin, and he went to Disney during this, and he just spread scabies around. But you know, he went to the emergency room and he was prescribed an $80 lotion, but instead he used his money to buy socks and desserts at fancy restaurants, which is great. He was also arrested for a dine and dash attempt on Cheesecake Factory on January 19th. Disneyland. This is where the whole Disneyland thing. January 17th, Daniel was able to enjoy a day at Disneyland due to the increased amount of donations from fans. But this was before he wasted his lotion money to buy chocolate, so he was just spreading it all around. The climax of the scabies arc, Daniel posted an ominous video of him having extreme itchiness due to the bugs living in his skin. His scratch is so ferocious, he caused himself to bleed severely within hours. Daniel sought medical help at an emergency room, this time receiving a shot of ivermectin and a washcloth from a nurse. As a result of the drugs being injected to him, Daniel made a goodbye post to the creatures that had been living under his skin for the prior month, creepily laughing.
Oh, so I was just given a pill to get rid of these scabies all over me. It was nice knowing you, friends. Now you're all dead. Nice knowing you. Goodbye.
Following his visit to the hospital, his symptoms died down. It is unknown if he had scabies afterward. Near the end of his stay in California, Daniel was caught sleeping in a Planet Fitness restroom and was kicked out by an employee and a gym customer. If you guys remember, if you guys were here from the last video, that's where I got the picture of Daniel sleeping on the little bench. Yeah. Alright, you guys can go back to your regularly scheduled June programming now.
Upon his return, he would ride a bus to Vegas and subsequently began to melt down after being forcibly removed from many a casino bathroom. And while in the meantime, this song was being put together. I will say though, the ticket probably was a good financial decision. Chimichanga, I Love Peanuts, Birthday Boy, and STD Soaps. You know, we've been through a lot of Daniel's discography, and I still have yet to talk about the big 4 repetitive songs. Essentially, these songs just end up repeating the same shit over and over again, and it's not that bad, but it makes for a really short individual section, so I will be covering them all at the same time. Chimichanga, this song pretty tough. Why did I write it like that? Keep that in, I guess, bro. This song is pretty tough. If you ignore that Daniel wants to enslave, quote-unquote, little Mexican people and make them, again, quote-unquote, eat his diaper. With lyrics like,
This is a certified hood classic.
I need a bunch of small Mexican midgets and turn them into slaves and have them eat my diaper. Camera action! Overall, this song is pretty bad, but I think that's a given, as you might have come to know. But wait, there's more. Did you know there are 2 Chimichangas in circulation? In 2026, the unofficial album, Daniel's Not Dead, was released, and while we're choosing not to include most post-incarceration music, since we're already on that topic though, I'll do it. Joshua Block really adds a lot to the song, especially with his cover of California Dreamin', where it's a new interesting version titled California Drinkin'.
I'll be drunk and warm on a sunny day. California drinking on such a sunny day.
The next song, I Love Peanuts, begins with a very, very scary warning, stating that Putin has to cease all activities or that there will be mass devastation. Oh golly, Daniel did it, guys. Peace for all. After greasing us up, questioning our will to party, and hyping us up, Daniel proceeds to drop probably the hottest bars ever. Sorry, Kendrick, that Grammy is not yours. Unfortunately though, for Putin, his greatest idol, Daniel Larson, has called him a bitch, signifying the end of the song and the end of joy and whimsy for Putin. Our third repetitive song, STD Soaps, is definitely a musical piece. He once again hypes us up, actually, well, the exact same as last time. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not much at all. It's on the tamer side of his songs, so there's not really much important here. And I guess that's a pretty bad thing when a song talking about how he's got the STD soaps is, tame. Our final song, Birthday Boy, begins with, yet again, the exact same hype. Part of me is beginning to think Daniel might not be making these. Regardless, I can't really say it's bad. He doesn't say anything heinous. Not interesting. He does fib, though, a lot. Daniel doesn't work. Before prison, he was a homeless pedophile lolcow. But now that he's in prison, they might be putting him to work. In a different way. Overall, the 4 repetitive songs are 4 out of 10 Larsons. If you were in the market for a deranged pedophile dissing Quandale Dingle in musical form, then you might like this song, because guess what? That's about all it is. Dingle Away, released on the 13th of May, 2022, is not chronologically ordered, but if you consider how terribly these songs are archived on stuff like archive.com, and how terrible YouTube is with listing its metadata correctly, then you might forgive me. Pretty much, this song consists of very badly edited clips of Daniel saying he dislikes Quandale Dingle. It actually features the same snippet that's later used in the next song, Manipulation, but repurposed so that it will say something about Daniel Larson having not the greatest attitude towards the big dingle. The song is very bad, but good, because even as whimsical as the song is, it's Again, just clips of Daniel saying bad things, but I guess they edit them to be good, so it's not that bad. And honestly, it actually speaks to me on a personal level. The sheer whimsy I feel from this song is just so whimsical. Unfortunately though, the song is still ass. It's just the only song where it's actually not sonically sound, and yet I can enjoy it. I mean, even ironically, though. 10 out of 10 Larsons. Actually though, now that we're on the topic of manipulator, I'll talk about it now. Daniel's kind of like Drake now in more than one way, but this is a whole new level of similarity. Daniel might have pissed off Kendrick Lamar because this song unofficially features Tupac, although I will say it's in more of a tasteful manner than Drake did. I think ripping a sample from an old Tupac song is better than just AI generating some shit bars. I still think that Drake got the idea from this song. I just think he wasn't as skilled as Daniel Larson is in taking a different rapper's vocals and just shoving them in his own song. I also think Daniel was the one who inspired Drake to touch kids, but that's a whole different thing. I mean, what a great role model for Drake. Honestly, this song is not too bad, but like most songs from Daniel, anytime we get a feature from someone who happens not to be Daniel, it tends to bump the quality up quite a bit. Of course, I'm not sure about playing Tupac's bars in this song, so here are some of Daniel's bars, so we don't get copyrighted.
Yeah, we hate manipulation. Let us be free. Let us be me. This is how we do when we're eating stew. Yeah, we're going to be king. Yeah, it's going to be me, Steamy McCreepy. Yeah.
The lyrics of this song are actually quite interesting, as certain lyrics like, "We will be high, higher than ever, the only one higher than Daniel will be Steamy McCreepy," which is also him referring to himself. Now, at first I didn't know the name Steamy McCreepy because I wasn't familiar with the clip of him referring to himself as Steamy McCreepy, but he actually does refer to himself as Steamy McCreepy a lot of the time, as well as referring to himself as higher than himself, which doesn't make any sense, as well as what does we mean in the situation. I don't understand it. I also can't understand like half the words he says because Daniel Larson was probably recording on his phone and he was recording very quietly. Honestly, the Tupac is Tupac. Tupac on this song, it's just a stolen line, so I can't really rate it much. Honestly, like most of the songs with different people on the track, I can't really rate it, the whole track I mean, so I'm going to rate just Daniel here, who I think this song actually turns out to be 5 Daniels out of 10 Larsons, which is like a 1-to-1 ratio, so it's the same rating anyways. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching. But one thing I'd like to say is that just like every other video I've made, all the sources will be in the description. If they get cut off, I'll pin a comment with them, and I just wanted to say that the entire video here was edited by my close friend 13 Ennies, so I'll show him some love. Daniel Larson's definitely an interesting critter because, honestly, these lyrics kind of meaningful in a sort of way. The only one that can be higher than himself is himself if he holds himself to that degree of thinking. But I don't understand it. I don't. Why would he... What does he mean by this? Honestly, I think in my opinion that Steamy McCreamy is an ideal version of himself. McCreamy, same thing. But an ideal version of himself also sees himself as Daniel, but Daniel does not see himself as Steamy McCreepy from what I've seen. Maybe. Or maybe I'm making it all up, but it's possible. And this is just very confusing to me because does that mean Daniel does not see himself as Steamy McCreepy, but Steamy McCreepy sees himself as Daniel? The line, Daniel says, implies that not just anything, not just the king, but that he'll be higher than everybody, barring Steamy McCreepy, which doesn't make sense, because if he thought of himself as Steamy McCreepy, then maybe he would think himself as high as Steamy McCreepy. But in my opinion, the way this line reads is that there's a version of himself he can't seem to see, or that he can't seem to relate with as well.